Victor, you got off to a great start today, didn't you? 3 birdies in your first 7 holes, but how important was your patience on the back 9 there to eventually close it out with that late birdie at 17?
Yeah, obviously the course was a bit more challenging in the back. There was some really good pin position, I think. 11 was tough, 12 was tough, 13 was tough, 14 was tough. It was just hard to get close. I think you could give yourself looks, but again, you're 20, 25 feet, and it's just a little bit harder to make putts compared to the front, where maybe there was a few more backstops, and the 4th hole par 5, which is playing downwind, was a little bit easier, and had a great shot into 3, but it's just feeding towards the hole. So just a little bit more accessible, and I was able to take advantage, and obviously being patient on the back, and happy to clip one on 17.
It feels as though you got the pace of these greens pretty much spot on this week, especially over the last 2 days. Statistically, you've been one of the best putters so far. How much confidence do you have with that club in your hand?
Yeah, obviously, I think that's a great thing that you should tell JP, you know. I think we've been obviously picking around, and I felt like it hasn't been as good as maybe the stats have proven. It's obviously a feel thing. Feel like maybe I've left a few putt shorts, and but yeah, obviously I've made some, left some shorts. I had a 3 putt this morning on 16. That was kind of a bad 3 putt. It wasn't a hard putt at all. So yeah, obviously give and take. I think obviously we'll need to make some putts tomorrow. I don't really know what the weather's supposed to be like, but clearly even if it's calm, somebody's going to have to push a low one to win, and if it's windy, it's going to be a grind and about to make some of those par putts coming down the stretch for sure.
You've done it before on the European Tour. You mentioned the conditions, but what kind of number, what kind of performance is going to get this over the line tomorrow?
It's very difficult. You know, coming down 18, I thought DJ was still 13 under par, and then he was down to 11, so it's really give or take. We don't know how he's going to finish. I mean, obviously, #1 player in the world, he could finish 3-3 and finish at 14 and, you know, put a little bit of a step in front of everyone, but it'll very be dependent on conditions, to be honest.
Depending on how he finishes, that must be an exciting prospect for you, though, tomorrow, going up against the world's #1 player.
Yeah, obviously, I think that's as good as it gets. You know, if the pairing ends up being that way, then, you know, great, and so be it. I think I'll be, you know, very excited for the challenge. I think this is all you strive for. I think the tour is doing great at having some of those great players being here and playing, and giving us the chance, you know, playing mostly in Europe for my last 2 years, to play against those guys and be a great competition. Oui, forcément très très content de ma journée avec 4 birdies, pas de bogey. Des conditions forcément un petit peu plus faciles à l'aller, où j'ai pu faire 3 birdies, des drapeaux plus compliqués au retour, où c'était plus dur de faire des birdies. Donc très très content de ma journée.